back after, what, a month? Sorry, not much consistency this time. Our apologies. But we are the Ultimate Fan Chat, and I should say this at the start. If you like or don't like us, whatever, please like, share, and subscribe. Or a thumbs down, whatever. We don't care. Anyways, I'm Kris. There's Dan. There's Pete. What's going on, guys?
Yo.
Thank you.
Also, if you want to watch some cooking videos, go on Chef Kris on Instagram.
I love it.
It's a shameless plug. That's what that is. Also, what's going on, Jeffrey?
Enjoying.
Hello, Jeffrey.
Our number one fan. He's our number one fan, but we've got a number two fan.
Absolutely. Ryan Jamison says he watches us right now. He puts down the background and be like, hey, you got a number two fan now. So we're moving up, boys. A 100% increase.
That is so good. Every time we get someone who's at a 100, no, next time we get one person, that's a 50% increase.
Yeah.
Damn
correct.
it. That's not good. So what does he do? He puts us on in the background as he pleasures himself.
Maybe he's listening to our voice. Just
We have got nice voices, so I don't blame him. So anyways, what's been going on with you lads, apart from not being able to go anywhere?
Ooh. Let's see.
Not much. Working, playing video games.
Yeah, to anyone that's listening, if you're wondering why Peter looks zoned out, it's because he's playing Red Dead Redemption as he's doing this. Once again, the most unorganized podcast ever, by a long shot. There's no competition.
Yeah. And if no one knows, like right now, Victoria's in stage 4 lockdown, which means you cannot leave house unless you're going to see an intimate partner. Work, is it?
Work.
Essential work, but everything's essential.
Give care or receive care. Or to do your food shopping.
Yeah. So,
what is considered a non-essential job? Because from what I've seen, everything's essential.
Everything that's... Well, it depends, because is essential what you can do from home, or is essential what you're doing out?
Yeah. Like, I'm not essential.
Okay, so if you can work from home pretty much, you don't have to go out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. Because everyone was asking, oh, are you really essential? And I'm like, I'm
yes.
a panel beater. How do I do that from home? I have to go to the factory where all the tools, as well as the car that I'm working on.
So, are you guys allowed to be open?
Yeah, but apparently
we
can't work on any cars of non-essential workers. So, I guess because you can't leave the house. You can work from home, so I can't work in your car.
Yep.
I assume that's by what we're all saying right now. I assume that's what it means, because that's it's weird. But then also another panel beater called us up and said we're not allowed to start on any new jobs. We can only finish off what we have, which is kind of weird because what if a panel shop doesn't have any?
Well, see, that's the issue when fucking the instructions are so unclear.
Yeah. But also, like, what happens if someone, like a nurse, has an accident, their car's now unroadworthy? Can they not get their car fixed?
Yeah, they need their car.
So,
that makes sense.
I know.
There's no public transport.
I think I would probably take that to mean that the cars you already have of non-essential people can be finished.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, okay, that makes sense, yeah. Alright.
So those cars can be finished, but you can't take any new ones from... I don't know, a fucking guy that works at Rebel Sport or some shit.
Yeah.
See, look at that. Between the minds of a teacher, an analyst, and a chef Kris.
We're the brains trust.
We are. If you guys got any questions about anything, ask us, and we'll ask somebody that knows.
Also, I wanted to go back. Tell me what you think about Jeffrey's comment, because I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, read it out.
Jeffrey's comment?
Read it out.
Okay, this is from Jeffrey. How funny and smart was Kamaru Usman hugging Jorge Masvidal against the fence and stomping on his feet to stall for time? Truly a genius tactic and the next evolution of Wall and Stall, in my opinion. Even GSP couldn't come up with such a smart tactic.
Oh no, he didn't go there, did he? Oh, look at Peter. Peter's like distracted by Red Dead Redemption, but he's still reacting.
Hey, actually, you brought up something good. So I was looking at not that I'm ever going to play the game, but I was looking at I saw a post about the top 4 ranked characters in EA Sports UFC 4.
Mhm.
Guess which 2 are in the top 4 that are potentially going to be fighting each other?
Dana
I'm gonna
White
fight
and
each other.
Tito Ortiz.
No. Khabib and GSP.
What?
What?
So-
Really?
Do we want that
so-
fight? Come on.
Have they put that in there to appeal to GSP's ego and be like, hey, look, you're the man? Or have they also put that in there, right, to introduce GSP to some people that might not be familiar with him prior to a fight with Khabib?
I think they've just done it because he's one of the greats, so he should be up there.
No, but they haven't put fucking John Jones up there, and he should be.
Yes, but he's got those picograms. Even though GSP didn't really fight during that era.
What?
During the USADA era, he only fought that one time. That doesn't count.
Yeah, that one time he went up and beat up the middleweight champion, won a belt in a new weight class 4 years after retiring.
The greatest middleweight
Goat.
champion of all time.
Hey, he was
Michael
hey,
Bisping. Hey, Michael
Hey, he
Bisping
was-
beat Anderson Silva, making him the greatest middleweight of all time.
Hey, he was still the lineal middleweight champion at the time. He knocked out Luke Rockhold.
It's a true story. It's a true story. Man,
Everyone
that
thought
knockout,
fucking-
that knockout of Luke Rockhold, I tell you what, I've never had such a stiffy in my life. That was
You know
so
what?
good.
That was, along with GSP choking out Bisping. Bisping knocking out Rockhold was probably my top 2 reactions ever.
Well, no one expected it. Like, I wanted him to. I like at that point in time, I loved Rockhold as well. So I liked Rockhold, and I also liked Bisping. But
I didn't
Seeing-
like Rockhold at all.
fair enough. He is a bit of a cocky prick, but so is Bisping, so I don't care. Yeah, the fact that Bisping was like, he was always losing those number 1 contender spots. Every time he got in there, he'd lose it just by like the skin of his teeth. And then he goes out there on a short notice fight and fucking knocks out a guy that choked him out previously. It's like, god damn, that was amazing.
In one round.
Yep. Yeah.
And then he puts his hand out. He's like, hey, Luke, it's me, Mark. Good job.
Do you remember me?
Do you know where you are?
Yes. Oh my god.
Savage.
And that fight is where like before the fight, where Michael Bisping came up with his opening for his own podcast, the whole believe, conceive, achieve, shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
What a guy.
Fuck, what happened to Rockhold, man? He was
He couldn't get juicy anymore, maybe.
maybe, or I don't know.
I just got old. He used to win his fights by athleticism, and as his reaction speed went down, so did his
Yeah.
Classical
Yeah.
Adele.
win. Mm.
Well, should we talk about some of the previous fights or upcoming?
Up to you. I think upcoming would be good.
Uh,
Or previous, we can go main event too.
yeah, well, we had Till and Whittaker a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wait a second. What about Davison, Figueiredo, and Benavidez? I told you guys Benavidez was gonna get handled like a little boy.
You did. I didn't watch that fight, but you did.
That was one of the most dominant championship fights ever.
Hey, speaking of that, did you see who Figueiredo's defending against?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
what the fuck, Cody Garbrandt?
Yeah.
What? Garbrandt's gonna get hurt. I don't want
You
that, man.
reckon?
I think Cabral wins.
Sorry?
I've never watched that Figueiredo guy fight, so I don't know what he's like. But
He's a
I think Cody
mean
wins.
person. He's mean. He's one of those guys that he just goes forward hard. Like if it gets to like the 3rd round, he'll probably fucking fall to pieces. But if you still got to make it past the 1st and 2nd round, which is
I
it's
feel
not
like
easy.
I feel like Garbrandt can make 125. Like I walked past him when I was in Las Vegas. He's fucking small.
Is he?
He's a little fella.
He's a little fella, but his missus has 2 big fellas. Sorry, was that too on the nose?
That was funny.
Sorry,
Woo!
sorry. What were we talking about before that? Okay, yeah,
Garbrandt.
Garbrandt. So yeah, that fight's happening. I don't like his
I
know.
chances for a guy that doesn't have a chin fighting a guy that like can find the chin really well. I don't like his chances, especially going down for the first time.
What do you guys think of Whittaker and Till?
I
It was a
liked
good
it.
fight.
I really liked that fight. We were watching that fight together, weren't we?
I think so, yeah. I like the fight. It
I was
wasn't
I was a
anything
bit
special.
worried for Till, for Whittaker.
Yeah, in that first round, it looked like he was not gonna be able to do shit. Yeah, we did watch that fight together because we both said like he's gonna lose this fight if he continues fighting like this.
He doesn't. I don't know. He was a bit wild.
Yeah,
Whittaker.
he was throwing
That's
a lot
how
of
he's
those
always fought.
haymakers, but normally he sets things up a little bit better. Like he'll.
It'd be good to see Whittaker and Cannonier next. They're fighting next.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm scared. I'm scared for
Whittaker's
Whittaker.
Whittaker's getting hurt, man. Whittaker
You
is
reckon?
getting hurt.
Yeah.
Dude, that Cannonier, unless like because he is like old for middleweight, unless his age has just caught up to him, like in between fights, just like that, he's gonna hurt Whittaker bad. Because
You reckon? See,
he's
I'm
like a brick
50-50
wall
on that.
at middleweight. He's a fucking brick wall at middleweight. You can't get
Yeah,
hurt.
but so was fucking Yoel Romero, and Whittaker fucking went toe to toe with him for 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think, and just because Cannonier is not nearly as technical as Till, I think one of them, and I don't know who. It's a coin toss for me, but one of them is getting their head knocked off in the first round.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Maybe second, but it's going to be in the first 2 rounds. Someone's getting their head knocked off.
Speaking of Romero, guess who he's fighting?
Uriah Hall.
Yeah. Ouch.
He's going to kill Uriah Hall.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
That just seems mean. Like I gave Hall a chance against Jacare, but against Romero, I don't know. That just seems cruel.
Oh, Yoel Romero has been very inactive in terms of like output in fights lately. So
Well, he's always been like that. He throws
he
very
has, but
very
it's,
little,
it's,
and then
even,
he fucking
it's even worse
explodes.
now though.
Only in his fight against Adesanya, but that's because Adesanya like kept him at distance and knew that I don't want to take that chance. But against Costa, I mean, his output was greater than any other fight previous.
Oh, that's because Costa was right in his face. He had to do something.
Yeah.
Uriah Hall is not going to be in his space.
What about Fabricio coming out looking fucking jacked to the tits and submitting Gustafsson?
Fuck! As soon as I hit the ground, I was like, "Fuck, game over."
That made me so happy. Made me happy but sad.
Was that
I like
his last
Gustafsson, but I
fight?
really like Werdum. Sorry.
Was that his last fight on the contract, UFC contract for what we're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Bellator, here we go.
Yeah, probably see.
Fedor versus Verdun.
Yep, 2. We'll see that headlining for sure. For
I
the
was thinking-
for the heavyweight title.
Oh no, I was thinking because isn't Beta the heavyweight champion?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
he'll fight Beta.
Imagine Verdun becoming the Bellator champ, but Beta goes for a takedown. Verdun guillotine, bang, finish.
Yeah, that could happen. It could definitely happen. All right. Last week, Shabazian and Brunson. Dude, poor Shabazian.
I didn't watch
man.
that, but I'm glad Brunson won.
Yeah, no, it was a good win. It was a good win. It was like a straight up veteran win. Just kind of bide his time, tire him out, use his wrestling just enough not to tire himself out, but to tire Shabazian out.
And this is what annoys me about this now. Every time a young up and coming guy has a win or two, they're like, "He's the new breed. He's the new." Guys have been training the same for the last 5, 6, 7 years. You know?
No,
He's
they
the
haven't.
New breed. What the fuck is different to him to a guy that came up 5 years ago? Nothing. It's not like they're comparing him to a guy that came up in 2005. All right, then you can say he's the new breed.
Yeah.
But what the fuck is he doing different to anyone else? You know? that got killed.
That's a fair point, my friend. But
You
yeah.
know, they're like, he's the new breed. He's good at everything. They're all fucking good at everything now. You know, like obviously you have your things that you're better at, but like everyone's reasonably well rounded now.
Yeah. Actually, did you see that? Have you heard about the whole Herb Dean fucking hatred shit that's been going on lately?
Yeah,
From,
because
Dan Hardy?
Dan Hardy got on his.
What are your thoughts
Oh,
on that?
I think Dan Hardy should just be quiet.
Yeah, because like he's a commentator. I understand like it's hard to sit there and watch a guy get his face pummeled in when he's knocked out.
Yeah,
But
some guy just killed me on his game and called me a faggot.
that's just rude.
I feel like Dan Hardy did that out of concern because he truly cares because he was a fighter before and he hates to see someone get hurt unnecessarily.
No,
Yeah, but there's also a time and a place, and as you're employed by them, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, it wasn't very professional, but it was probably the right moral thing to do to be like.
But at the same time, like I kind of get annoyed at people who give refs, especially experienced refs like Herb Dean, shit about his job. It's like if you can do better, go out and do better. Don't tell him how to do better unless you're actually going out and attempting to do better. Like someone like Frank Trigg had a lot of shit to say about judges and referees a few years back, and then he was challenged by Big John to, all right, if you can do better, go out there and do it. And then he did it, and he realized, holy shit, this job is not as easy as everyone fucking makes it out to be. Like, because sometimes you're standing right over the guy. The cameras make it look like he's out cold, but up close, it can look completely different. So I don't know. When it comes to Herb Dean, I don't want to doubt him in that situation. Like, and plus the guy got up straight away after the punches stopped. The guy immediately stood back up. So I'm sure he was probably out. The punches I think were unnecessary, but still, I'm not going to.
What?
Maybe turn that down a little bit.
Can you hear that?
I can hear it clear as day. I can hear that clearer than I can hear you.
Hey, and I'm like, what the fuck are these guys arguing about? Are you gonna hear
Dude, you can't have that shit in a time like this. You're gonna start another riot.
What's wrong with people on the internet, huh?
Oh my god. They're still going? Fucking turn it down! Turn it down!
It sounds like a redneck.
Oh fuck. I'm pretty sure they are rednecks, man. Jesus.
Fucking hell.
From the States.
Anyways.
Oh, they're voting to kick him out. How do I vote?
I don't know. I feel like I need to play some Red Dead Redemption.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Herb Dean. Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
And the fact that it happened after the fact, it's not like he jumped up as it was going and yelling at Herb Dean. The fact that he confronted him after, like, what is it achieving?
Okay, yeah, right, you're right.
The thing is, Herb Dean actually walked up to him. He didn't walk up to Herb Dean. Because...
Yeah, but why would Herb Dean have walked up to him?
If
he wasn't saying anything.
Oh, because Herb Dean came out and said the reason he walked up to him is because during the fight, all he could hear was someone screaming. And he didn't know who it was. He's like, is that the cornerman? Is that the...
Okay.
Is that the commission? Who is that? Because normally in a fight you got a crowd, you can't hear shit. But then you got someone screaming directly at you. It's going to confuse you while you're trying to do your job where you have to stay focused.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like the whole. I don't know if you're gonna like accuse a ref of doing a bad, especially a very experienced ref of doing a bad job, go out there and prove that you can do better consistently. Yeah. Show that you can do a much better consistent job because Herb Dean's consistent. He does have some bad performances, but so do fighters. So do judges.
I'd much rather be a judge. I'd much rather be a judge than a
ref. Yeah.
Than a ref.
Well, at least a judge, you can. No one really sees you. They just see your name. That's it.
Yeah.
And no one really sees you. Whereas, judge, you can sit at the bench and get everything wrong, and then still be fine.
Yeah.
I was asking Kris, our coach, in the future, might look into refereeing or judging some fights.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
Like,
giving that a shot. That way we can
yeah,
give some real insight on how hard it really is or how easy it really is, what the criteria really looks like, because everyone has their own idea of what the criteria is for judging. But what is it?
I feel like
would
as
you-
long as you can explain the reasoning behind your choice, you're alright. You know?
like he hit him more, bro. He hit him more. That's it. That's it, bro.
And then the stats come up. Oh no, he didn't hit him more. My bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was okay, so that was Herb Dean getting yelled at, yada yada, and then Herb Dean also got criticised for the stoppage of Derek Brunson and Edmund Shabazzian, which I thought was a little bit. I thought the stoppage was perfect.
Yeah, but you know what? Why didn't the corner pull him out at the end of that second round when he was fucked?
Yeah,
That's
true.
exactly right. If he was that fucked, the cornermen have but also at the same time, like as fighters, like surely, like Peter, you can probably speak to this because you've had an MMA fight, haven't you? An amateur MMA fight, and you were winning the fight at the start, and then you got gassed at the end.
Remind me more, please.
No, because you made like the logical choice of okay, I'm fucked now. I can't really defend myself as well as I could at the start of the fight. This guy's not fucked. I've got two choices: go out there, get fucked up, or just all right, no, I'm done. I'm not gonna get anything great from this fight. I'm done.
Yeah.
Which is a smart
Exactly.
choice. There's nothing wrong with that choice, but in MMA, there's kind of this stigma about if you quit, then you're a piece of shit. But it's stupid because you're putting your health on the line. Why go out there and take a beating? Shouldn't the fighters be told, listen, if you're fucked, quit? There was a guy a few weeks ago. He quit on the stool even though his coach was like, get out there, get out there. He's like, nah, man, I'm fucking done. This guy's got like 100% fucking energy bar left. I've got like 3%. I'm not going out there. And there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Anyways, what I want Peter's opinion on this if we can get his attention away from Red Dead Redemption for 2 secs.
I concur with you.
Don't want to elaborate.
With you. But I think I think the it's a tricky one because you can say the corner should pull him out, but then at the same time the ref should be the first line of defense there, I think, rather than the corner. But I don't know, it's tricky.
It is tricky, especially when you got something like Dominic Cruz when a fight's called coming out saying you smell like hookers and cigarettes.
It's tricky because you got three people. You got the fighter, you got the ref, you got the corner. They've, it's a tricky.
There's a lot of things in place to protect them, but then you got this stigma around the sport that also takes that protection away. Where if you stop this fight, if the fighter says no, I'm done, then he's a bitch. If the ref stops it, it's like, oh, you're stopping it too early. If the cornerman stops it, it's like, oh, what are you doing? Actually, the cornerman I feel like the only people that can stop it and get away with it and not really be questioned.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, they're probably the only ones that can do it, not question. But I think it's at the end of the day, they've also got to remember, and this is why I like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather goes, why the fuck am I going to go out there and get my head bashed off from people who don't give a fuck about me? I'm going to fight how I want to fight.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's about me.
And you adopted that style to your jiu-jitsu where you take guys down, you hold them, and you pass at the very end so you get the points.
Like thinking of it from a purely self-defense point of view and whatnot. If you're not getting any money for it, or you're not going to get any extra money for it, why not? As long as you're comfortable with the decision you made, being the fighter or being the ref or being the corner, as long as you're comfortable with the decision, who gives a shit?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because at the end of the day, fucking 6 months later, who's going to remember it? Fucking no one. No one's going to give a shit. And especially at a lower level, after your fight's done and the next fight starts, no one gives a shit.
Do you feel like some of this stigma kind of lends itself into the training room as well? Because when guys get knocked down during boxing sparring, and it's like, all right, no, we'll continue going. You're right. You're right. Okay, cool. Go back in there.
Probably.
Because I've seen that myself where because when I used to box, like I got rocked a few times, and they just be like, "You're right, yeah, cool," and I'm seeing like 50, 50 people. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I thought there was only one person in this room. And then I go out there, and then I cop an ass whooping, and that's just in the training room. But I feel like I know that was probably just me just being a dickhead, but
That's also where you gotta have the right people training with you, and you know that like I'll give you an example, and I could give examples of where I've looked after someone, but I'll do the right thing and give an example of someone looked after me, right?
Right.
So I was sparring with Kris Wace, and we were going fucking pretty hard in preparation for one of his fights, and it was like maybe it's round 6 or 7 we were sparring, and I was getting a bit fucking lazy because I was getting tired, right? And I've slipped a jab, and he knew that the uppercut from me was coming because I'd done it several times before that. And that time, combination of him being ready for it and me being a bit more tired and slower, he just fucking smacked me hard. Like, I didn't see it, and I was fucked. Like, I was fucked. I was on my feet, but I was fucked. I didn't know where I was. And he stopped, and he's like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah." But he's like, maybe we should just end the round there. And I was like, "Yeah, probably. Yeah, why not?"
That is so good. That's I love that. Yeah.
And I'm going, yeah, like I'm all right. I'm pretty sure I'm all right. And because his experience, he's gone, yeah, no, let's just end the round there. And I was like, okay, yeah, no worries. I was fucked. I had no idea. So that's where you gotta sort of be training with people that can recognize that and
that's
look after you.
Yeah.
I love that.
100%.
I love that story because I've got a similar story of because my dad was training this younger kid who really wanted to get into boxing. He was like, I really want to fight. I really want to fight. So I was training for a couple of weeks, and then like after I came back off my knee surgery, I was like, oh, I can't do jits, so maybe I'll do a little bit of boxing. I can move around a little bit doing that. So I came back, and at Scammer I was sparring with him. This guy's like fucking 95 kilos, and I'm like at that point I'm like 75 soaking wet. So I'm like, I should be alright. He's inexperienced. I'll just move around with him. I'll just whatever. Anyways, I'm moving around with him. He's obviously a big guy. He's fucking putting it on me. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get hurt here. But I was just able to just parry his punches, and then eventually I heard Dad say, because I kept on throwing my jab out, Dad's like, duck under his jab, telling him to duck under my jab.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, fuck yeah, here we go. So I fucking threw an uppercut as he ducked, and he fucking went, his head moved right into my fist, and he dropped like a sack of shit. Like it was one of those drops where like the body goes limp, and then he stood right back up.
Yeah.
Because like a young kid, he was like fucking 19. So he just got back up. He's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm like, dude, maybe we should stop this. Like, you just dropped. Let's stop. And that was me trying to protect a fucking 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
But then Dad's like, are you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. That was the end of the round. And then we went another round. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, and that's where you need someone that's, because some guys would be like, especially if they're inexperienced, they're going, fuck yeah, I've hit someone, I've hurt him, I want to keep doing it, like not in like a psychotic kind of way, but like I'm having success, I want to keep having success.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's a training room. You're supposed to fucking learn. You're not supposed to knock each other down and take fucking years off each other's life.
Exactly.
Anyways,
No, I agree.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's a conversation I enjoyed having. Dan, go.
I'm gonna head off really soon, but I'm gonna share my own story, which is very similar in line. Do you guys remember G, who used to box?
Yeah.
So I used to spar with him all the time back in the day.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a big guy, and I got good quick because I needed to. I remember one time he dropped me up with a double uppercut. So one opened up my guard, the second one bang, dropped me. I went down bad.
Oh wow.
He picked me up, right, and I'm like, I'm done. He's like, yo, and I just like me. I'm like, yeah, I'm alright. He's like, all right, and then he just starts peppering like on my guard.
Yeah.
And then lets me get back in the zone, kind of thing, get my mind back, and he took care of me. Like he could have killed me if he wanted to. But he was just hitting on my guard and letting me move on.
Yeah.
And it was an accidental because once he hit that, he said shit as he was throwing the second punch.
Are you serious? Did he say shit? What have I done?
As I was going down. It was the funniest shit.
Yeah, That's pretty funny.
Alright. With that, I'm going to have to go.
Uh,
Love you all.
did you want to give 2-second picks on Derek Lewis, Oleinik, Weidman,
Uh,
and Omari?
Sure thing. Derek Lewis, Alexei Oleinik. I'm going with Alexei. I think Derek Lewis is a KO puncher in the sense that if he doesn't win by KO in this fight, he's going to lose the decision. I think Alexei Oleinik, if he doesn't get knocked out, and which he is susceptible to, is probably going to grind out the unanimous decision. He's actually a great fighter, and he's a great grappler. His striking is very subpar, though. In regards to Chris Weidman, personally, I want to see him win, but he's way over the hill. He really is way over the hill. I hope the best. I don't rate Omari, but Chris Weidman is not who he used to be. What was the other fight?
We got Benil Dariush versus Scott Holzman. If you want to talk about that.
Yep, I'm going with Benil Dariush. I think Benil Dariush is a great grappler. He has decent striking. I think his striking is better than Scott. I think Scott's one of those guys that used his athleticism in his prime to get his wins. I think he's a good pressure fighter, but I think Benil Dariush is just better all around. Tim Means, against Leonardo Strapoli. Tim Means is good. Tim Means has a good skill set. Where he's absolutely terrible is in defensive striking. Tim Means has great offensive striking, terrible defensive striking. So unless he gets caught, I see him easily winning this.
I just want to throw this out there. He missed weight by 4.5 pounds.
Tim Means re-weighted and did not miss weight. He went in at 171 again. He re-weighted.
It says here 174.
Yeah, that's the first weigh-in.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And then he had a second weigh-in. Leonardo Strapoli did miss weight.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. Sorry, go on.
All good.
Also,
I think that's it.
The return of Mini Gasolin.
Mini Gaslam, Nasrat Hakarat. I think he's a good fighter.
He's great.
In all honesty, yeah, I think he's a really good fighter. I had him against Drew Dober, but he just got caught. I think now he realizes, I need to work on my striking defense. But all around, he's a good fighter. I'm excited. I think he's the future of the division. And just like Peter was saying, whenever someone gets a few wins, he's the future of the division. But he actually has a good skill set. I'm excited for him.
There we go. I think that's all the fights, unless there's anyone else that gets you excited. Did you want to quickly mention your Ryzen that you were talking about?
Yes, Ryzen was going bankrupt. And when he said that, the former CEO of Pride, who's now the CEO of Ryzen, when he said that he got a outcry for people, set up a fundraiser for $500,000, and thanks to our numbers guru, they generated 80% of that, and Peter says that's about 400K, which is pretty good. So they're floating. They've set up a event tomorrow, clashing with the UFC. It's honestly not that great of a card because they can't bring in people from overseas, but they have great names: Ayaka Hamanzari, Roberto Saza, who's a BJJ world champ, Kana Sakura, who's their first female atomweight champion. And yeah, it's exciting. It's good to see Ryzen float and see how it goes.
I just want to throw this out there. Your bedroom door just randomly opened and it freaked the fuck out of me.
I did not realize that.
Like, how the fuck did that just open?
Fucking ghosts.
Was there anything else you want to mention before you make your departure?
I just want to say thank you to you, Kris, our host, for taking care of us. Good to have Peter back, and it's good to have Emmanuel back, and hopefully everything goes well. I'll leave our sponsors to you later on.
All good. Peace out, my friend.
Yeah.
Alright, now it's just the two of us. Nice and intimate, just the way I like it. Alright. I just need to fix up. There we go, that looks Petar. Oh, 1 sec. I got the missus coming.
Yep.
Whoop, she's coming in with coffee.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, she also said, if you're listening, please follow Kris Chef on Instagram.
Sure.
She's giving me the middle finger. You don't have Instagram, do you, Peter?
I don't.
Ah, that sucks. That sucks. You're gonna have to get it back just so you can see my cooking.
Just so I can follow your cooking.
Yep. It's a lot of fun, dude. I'm really enjoying cooking, but only like.
I'm glad.
Thing is, it's only basic meals. Like people look at like, oh my god, you're doing so well. You're such a chef. I'm like, it's basic. Like if it was,
It's the filters.
If there was any more steps to it than the very minimal steps that it takes to do it, then I wouldn't be able to do it. Like making
What kind of things are you making?
like a roast.
Nice.
All right, like the other night I did roast stuffed capsicum or stuffed peppers, whatever you want to call it.
Ah, yeah.
Obviously I've done like breakfast, so I made pancakes from scratch.
Fucking master chef.
Made porridge this morning because I'm a fucking mad dog. What else have I done? I've done a couple of things. I haven't put a stir fry up yet. Stir fries are easy though. It's like here's vegetables, here's meat, here's oyster sauce.
And some sauce.
Done. It's fucking easy. Bit of rice, no problems. But yeah, that's what's being done at the moment. Just basic shit. Bit of
Lovely.
fun. Just a bit of fun. Well, should we give our thoughts on these fights?
Let's do it. Let's do that. We'll wrap it up with our thoughts.
All right, I'll let you take
Alright,
the reins
you
with
go
Derek
first.
Lewis.
Oh,
Okay, me.
okay.
All right. No,
Derek,
you?
look, I'll go. All right.
I like it.
Pretty similar to Dan. I think Lewis will be dangerous early. There'll be the throw that takes it. I think he's going to catch Oleinik, though. I'm going to say he's going to catch Oleinik and knock him out. That's my bold prediction.
It's your bold prediction. All right.
I think he'll catch him eventually and he'll get him out of there.
All right.
He's not going to look very pretty. He's going to look fucking absolutely shithouse until the point he does catch him. And
All right. Well, here's the thing about Lewis. Well, first, Oleinik. Oleinik's got these fucking weird submissions from all over the place. That's the thing. His style of jiu-jitsu or style of catch wrestling, whatever you want to call it, it's submissions. He doesn't have positioning. He can't hold people down. And Lewis is one of the best people I've seen, like at heavyweight, at getting off his back. He has a fucking great use of an underhook. Even from side control, he somehow manages to get to his side, get an underhook, and get back to his feet. Like his underhook game is just ridiculous off his back. He's just so fucking good at it, unless he's fighting fucking DC.
yeah.
So and also with Lewis, he has a very underrated gas tank, I think. Like I rarely ever see him tired. Also because he doesn't have this great output. He throws like one or two big punches at a time. He doesn't throw a great deal of combinations. He doesn't like when he does flurry. He only flurries when he sees the guy's hurt. Like if he lands that one big punch, he'll be like, "Fucking here I go," but he won't just go charging in. So he has a good maintenance of his cardio.
Yeah.
So I don't think Oleinik has even the slightest chance in this fight. Personally, I don't like unless he somehow pulls half guard and then just immediately gets at Ezekiel or some shit and does something ridiculous like that. I don't see it happening. Like he had trouble submitting fucking Maurice Green.
Yeah, I think Lewis will catch him.
Yeah, so I don't think it's gonna go to a decision because these are two big ass heavyweights. So I don't see them going 5 rounds.
Nah.
So yeah,
I think Lewis will catch him.
Yeah, unless for some reason they both gas just stupidly and then can barely move by round 3. But
which is just as likely because it's not like Oleinik is like a master cardio guy.
Yeah. I don't think I've only seen Oleinik go maybe 3 rounds. That was with Werdum, like a half-assed Werdum.
What's the co-main?
The co-main is Omiri Akhmedov versus Chris Weidman.
I think unless Chris Weidman has completely lost any shred of ability and self-confidence, he's gonna fucking kill this guy.
That's really how it should go, shouldn't it? That's how I feel. Like he's coming out saying all I need is a win, all I need is a win, and I feel like he's put a lot of pressure on himself now that he just needs to win.
Yeah, this is what they would call in boxing circles a tune-up fight. You know, This is the fight that he has to get him back on track, just to get him some rounds. He should kill this guy.
It's a tune-up fight, but fuck, man, it's still a tough tune-up fight because this guy's beat guys like Ian Heinisch, Tim Bosch, Vittori.
Yeah, I mean, he's not got a complete scrub, but he should kill this guy.
Yeah, he should. Fuck, I hope he does. But the thing about
If he loses, he's pack his bags for Bellator.
Yeah. Here's the problem with Weidman. Like, he's lost via KO in all of his losses recently, and that's 5 losses that he's had. They've all been via KO. None's been by decision. But against Luke Rockhold, against Yoel Romero, against Musasi, against Souza, he was looking great until he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was looking great. He was winning the fights until he lost them. Only fight where he looked horrible was against Reyes. That was the only fight where he's looked bad.
You know what? He looked pretty shit in that one win against Gastelum as well, until he got the win.
He looked bad in that one moment where he got hit and dropped at the end of the first round. But other than that, he took him down and controlled him every other second of that fight. So I thought he looked good in that fight. Still. But yeah, I agree with you. Unless he's completely over the hill, lost all his confidence, he should win this fight. And
What was the third match?
Darren Stewart and Maki Pietolo.
No clue.
No, I don't know these guys either. Your favorite division, the women's bantamweight division.
Fuck yeah.
Yana Kudryavtseva and Julia something.
I hope Yana Kudryavtseva wins.
Yeah, you have to say that, otherwise her boyfriend in Thiago Santos will come to your house and beat the shit out of you.
Is he her boyfriend?
Yeah, or husband. I don't know.
Fuck.
They're definitely together in some respect. Then Beneil
What a
Dariush
guy.
and Scott Holzman. I love watching Beneil Dariush fight, man. I do.
Yeah, he's had some good fights, hasn't he? Good back and forth, exciting fights.
Yeah, he's just a little bit wild. In his last fight against Jakar Close, I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He got the knockout, but I was like, why are you going crazy? It could have ended very poorly for him against someone that threw just a couple of straight punches. But yeah, he should win this fight.
He should.
Obviously I feel like Dan broke down all the other fights perfectly.
He did. I actually agree with all his apart from the Oleinik and Lewis.
Yeah, everything else he said was, he can't really argue. It'd be good seeing Mini Gastelum back. Hopefully he comes out looking good, because seeing him get knocked out by Drew Dober, it's kind of upsetting. What's this? Oh, check this out. Can you read it?
Muscle tension roller.
Yeah. The missus just made it for me.
Right. Enjoy that, Chris.
I will. Alright. Sorry. Going a little bit off track. Alright, yeah, is that it?
I think so.
That's it, and then next week we've got
That's a wrap.
Miocic and Cormier 3. So
We can do one maybe this time next week for that.
yeah, we'll do one next Saturday for that one.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, well, I guess,
Alrighty.
So, did you want to say anything before we depart?
Big thank you to number one sponsors, Aussie Pet Doors. Go see them for your pet-related accessories and products, and Scammer Gym, which will hopefully be open at the end of lockdown.
Oh, yeah, man. Hopefully. Fuck. Yeah, also, if you like us and stuff, press like, share us, subscribe. We're still yet to hit 30 subscribers after like 2 years of doing this.
We'll get there.
One day. Yeah, and even if you don't like what you're watching, fucking put a thumbs down. Do something. Post a comment in the comment section. Be like, I hate you guys. You're ugly. We won't believe you because we know we're not ugly, but you can say that if you want. So
Exactly.
say what you want. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, subscribe to Chef Kris.
Yes, Chef Kris.
Shameless plug. All right. I will call it. Let's hit the music.